Good morning, Donna. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Good.
Well, first of all, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. I'm speaking to you from Toronto, Canada, where, oh boy, do we have a lot of fans, Mrs. Maisel fans,
Oh, well, that's
including
really nice to hear.
myself.
I love Toronto. Yeah, yeah.
I'm obsessed with the show, but I think I'm more obsessed with the clothes. So thank you so much for letting me live vicariously through Midge and everybody else on this show. And I wanted to start by asking you, Donna, like when you first started this show, you know, it must have been a playground for you to go back kind of to the 60s and develop these gorgeous, gorgeous costumes.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic because I think, although I was aware of the period, because early in my career I did a film called Mac with John Turturro, which was the 50s.
Yes.
I didn't realize how from 56 to like 59, how amazing. This was like the height of fashion for women.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of Dior and all of these people who were still like seeing shows and so excited by, it really, when I plunged into it, I was like, wow, this couldn't be better territory to sort of, discover silhouettes and shapes and colors. And there was so much originality and creativity in that period because it was after the war. So suddenly everything broke loose. And so that was exciting for me because I don't think I was quite, until you deal with the period, you never understand it completely.
Right, I can understand that. And then, of course, you have, I mean, everybody in this cast is great. They all look fabulous, you know, but to have somebody like Rachel Brosnahan to work with in that little waist, I mean, wow. I mean, what is it like to work with her and to dress her? I mean, I think you could put a paper bag on that girl and she'd look fabulous.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Well, working with Rachel is fantastic, I have to say, because she, even more than most, performers I've worked with, is a true animator of clothes.
Yeah.
She is always there. She is always present in, she loves clothing, so she loves to be sort of excited by it. So, she has that same sort of intensity that I have about like our choices. Do you know what I mean? And somehow in the fitting, like when something's, we know it's not right, we both, are like, oh, no, that's not it. That's Midge.
Yeah.
So it's like a very intense thing, the fittings. I mean, by the end of them, you're always like, oh my God, I'm completely exhausted. But we're very engaged. And she is, as a performer, a very engaged performer. There's nothing casual about her. I mean, even if she's exhausted, somehow she gives 100% to that fitting.
Right.
And that for a costume designer is what makes it really work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And over the seasons, in your opinion, how has dressing her changed? Because when we first saw her up there as a stand-up comedian, she would with the black dress, the little pearls, whatever. And then, I think maybe she's more comfortable, obviously, now. So how is that your thoughts and what you dress her in?
Well, it's like, what's interesting is that it's from time point of view, it was 58, we're sort of hitting 61.
Right.
A lot of time hasn't passed. So finding the subtle changes, so like to move her along, that's been one of the sort of very tricky things, because I think you do have to, it's sort of like a flower. It has to keep blooming and opening and opening and opening, And so it's been about the sort of subtlety. And it is a little bit about her comfort zone, like the fact that, the hats, like she suddenly, loves the hats,
Oh, the hats.
Wear. Now, that's another rare thing, like so many actors are like, oh, I don't know about this hat.
Yeah.
She loves them. Do you know what I mean? So I think, we now have an incredible dialogue, together. And, but yet I always feel like on all of these journeys, you never quite know. The important thing is to never decide where you're going before you start it.
Right.
And even when you're in a fitting, you sort of have a sense of the direction, but you have to be open. And that's what I think gives the clothes a life and a freshness. And if you have a person like Rachel, who is a contributor, it's a great process. It really is a good process.
And now you have this beautiful, just stunning book, Donna. Thank you for this. Oh my God. How hard was it for you to decide what was going to go in? And it must have taken forever.
Well, it was a little hard. I'd never written a book. So, and I did a lot of it during lockdown.
Right.
That was convenient, actually. But there were so many, I don't know, it was like 150,000 images I had to go through. And then, finding the sketches, photographing them, and very much did it, I had a collaborator, Roman Pasca, who's my partner. He's a puppeteer who we worked together a lot. And he helped me a bit with the book. But we didn't, really have a lot of help in a way. We were there in lockdown. So it was really it was hard. It was really a big thing, what's a book? And I mean, I only have 3,000, but, how do you put a book together? What do you want to show? What is important? You need to, it's all about communication.
Yeah.
So you're constantly evaluating, and I think in the end, I decided to put a lot of sketches in because I tried to find things or images of the studio that were not on the internet. There's so much on the internet that I felt the book had to give people something other than what they would see when they hit Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. So that's what I've been hoping, to do.
Yeah. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. I love it so much. Thank you. Lastly, I just want to look, season 4 trailer just dropped. I was looking for, it didn't give me enough. It was only a minute or so. But what can we expect, design wise now going into this next season? That you can.
Well, I think, I can't really talk about it very much, but I think it's definitely a little bit of a development. I think we do feel her becoming a little bit more professional, but there's also a little bit of what happens in season 4 without talking about it. There is a little bit of a zaniness to it also. And I think certain people like Susie, you'll see that role will develop a little and change. Yeah. I think at the beginning, she's launching her career. And I think that's what you'll begin to see in season 4.
Yeah, and is it addressing the men too? I haven't addressed the men because the men's suits are, they're great too.
I love, designing men's clothing. I always have. And all of Tony's clothes and Joel's and everything, they're all designed and built. The shirts are made, and so, again, great actors to work with, like Tony Shalhoub and, so it's, although subtle, I put really just as much effort into the men's clothing.
Yeah, well, you've done, just stunning job. Congratulations on your accolades. Of course, you're winning and awards and stuff. And I have to do my main goal in life, my friend, is to be an extra on this show so that you can dress me. So just keep an eye out.
No question. You can, and I do want to say, one of the first films I ever did was in Toronto, Harriet the Spy.
Harriet the Spy, of course. Yes, with Rosie O'Donnell, and yes,
first thing I did basically. And I loved being in Toronto, and I loved working there and stuff. So it's a great place. It's a really great city.
Well, you're always welcome back here, Donna. And again, thank you for these stunning costumes. Oh my God, you're so amazing at what you do. And thank you for your time in this beautiful, gorgeous book. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Thanks a lot.
Take care. Bye-bye.